The conflict between the pack and the individual is a theme that spans through all sorts of media, including Mad Max Fury Road, Mean Girls, High School Musical, even old Soviet propaganda films like Circus. And the key principle of the characters that grapple with this theme is that they are always imbued with a new sense of the human identity. Except for two of my favorite animated movies, Princess Mononoke and Jin-Roh the Wolf Brigade. Both include the duality between wolf and human, but in these films it's the wolves that win in the end. In Princess Mononoke, San thanks Ashitaka for helping save the forest and departs once again, while in Jin-Roh, Fusei cuts ties with Kei once and for all. Today, we'll be taking a look at why, despite similarities between these two character arcs, these two films come to wildly different conclusions. Why was peaceful reconciliation possible in Princess Mononoke, but not in Jin-Roh? Hi, I'm Jesse Pollock, and I want to invite you on a spiritual journey to figure out what really separates the men from the wolves. Alright, how's that?
Jesus Christ.
Oh!
Why could San leave in peace? Why did Fusei have to shoot Kei? To find the answer, we need to compare two key aspects of the films. The differences between the titular wolves and the humans, and, for all you foreign policy buffs, a third party to facilitate cooperation. The two best reasons I have for why Mononoke was able to end in peace while Jin-Roh could not is because A, the wolves and the humans in Princess Mononoke have the common goal of protection, whereas Jin-Roh's do not, and B, Princess Mononoke has a third party able to bring this goal into a common perspective, whereas Jin-Roh's wolves are the third party to unite their own enemies. First, let's talk Lupine. That's a wolf. That's what a wolf is. Jin-Roh's wolves are the special unit, Fusei's ruthless police brethren focused on keeping peace in Tokyo by any means necessary. Peter Paik, author of the article The Tale Humans Cannot Tell, defines the special unit as a force of oppression, only able to survive when its enemies are destroyed. Its only reason for existence is to put down its enemies and threats, and it cannot coexist with others because it is destructive to the state itself. We see this inhumanity not only in Fusei's monstrous figure, but in his actions as he guns his enemies down in the sewers, bullets hurtling towards targets like a pack hunting down its prey. By contrast, San and the wolves of Princess Mononoke exist to protect the environment. They are just as fierce, yet they show compassion, acting as defenders befitting of a far more vivid world, purer and less vicious, using a lush color palette compared to Jin-Roh's grays and browns. When it comes to humans, Jin-Roh's are complex, emotional, and ultimately focused on self-survival, but manipulative and cunning, scheming to turn Fusei and destroy his unit. They are fearful, often hesitant, often accompanied by dim lighting and sly camera work to imply conspiracy. Princess Mononoke's humans, while ambitious and greedy, are compassionate and protective. Although she encroaches on the forest, Lady Eboshi's primary motivations lie in rescuing the lepers and brothel girls and giving them a good life. Ashitaka's interactions show not cruelty, but perseverance and unity. This brings us to a difference in dynamic between the humans and the wolves. In Jin-Roh, the wolves are simply too dangerous to be left alone. Their very existence oppresses the humans and resembles a predator-prey relationship. The special unit needs to hunt to be necessary and survive, negating any chance of prolonged cooperation. In Princess Mononoke, however, both sides exist to protect their own, and while their methods bring them into conflict, there is nothing in their fundamental goals to imply a predatory relationship besides the notion of manifest destiny and humanity's expansion. But if Kei lives, the information she has is dangerous and can threaten the control of the special unit. As a wolf, Fusei must kill Kei to protect his group. But for San, Moro, and Mononoke's wolves, the humans can be taught and reformed. The other factor in the reconciliations is a third party to facilitate negotiations. Princess Mononoke has the demons, specifically the Headless Deer God. These demons are a threat to both the wolves and the humans, putting their survival in a new, unifying light, allowing San and Ashitaka to work together to save the village and the forest. Both parties must now protect everything in their scope, allowing them to overcome their differences and gain a new understanding of each other. The lush green, along with the images of Irontown at the end, demonstrate the possibility of coexistence and rebirth, even if forgiveness is not instantaneous. In Jin-Roh, however, the case can be made that the special unit is the unifying power, bringing together the terrorists and public security, for they are the most powerful police force and must be balanced against. The lack of unifying factors between wolves and humans in the story, and the ever-increasing tension in its Red Riding Hood metaphor inhibit a reconciliation or realization of goals and values, instead reinforcing a predator-prey relationship and keeping the humans under threat. Both Fusei and San were raised their entire lives by wolves, becoming too ingrained within their groups to live normal lives. And though they belong to the wolves, the difference between these sets of wolves and their relationships with the humans established their ultimate fate. Fusei is a predator, and must ultimately act according to his nature, while San is a fundamentally different kind of wolf. And luckily, the Deer God helped both sides see each other's potential to facilitate cooperation and perhaps coexistence. One final point to consider is the role of the mentor. Kei in Jin-Roh and Ashitaka in Mononoke. While I have not investigated this aspect, it is possible that Ashitaka's understanding and Kei's manipulation could have contrasting effects, not only on their final fates, but also the true nature of their partners. But this, my friends, is a question for another video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Ooh!